It's the then versus now challenge!
Quarterfinals.
Welcome back to the Scrapyard, friends.
Today's big event is Race 3 of the quarterfinals.
It's the 2020 Shelby Mustang GT500 versus the 2017 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1.
And for those of you who are just catching up, let's see how these contestants made it here today.
Up first, representing Team Now, it's the GT500. In Race 5, Heat 1, he was well ahead and then purposely went into the wall, spun, and crossed the line in reverse. When asked why he did that, he said, "I like to win in reverse so I can watch my opponents lose." I guess that's easy to do when you have 760 horsepower under the hood. But before that move could be named after him, the 67 GT did the same exact thing to him in the following heat, proving two could play at that game. Who knows, maybe backwards winning is a Mustang thing. With things all tied up, neither Mustang was trying to showboat in Heat 3, and the GT500 just shredded straight down the middle of the track for a textbook muscle car win.
Moving on to today's other Team Now member, we have the Camaro ZL1. This driver has probably had the most interesting journey to the quarterfinals. In Race 7 Heat 1, he raced the top of the 69 Camaro for the first half of the race, and then raced the bottom side for the second half. Then in Heat 2, the Camaro race ended in tragedy. Actually, I'm still too emotional to talk about it. Go back and watch Race 7 if you missed it. But, moving on, in Heat 3, in a Scrapyard first, the Camaro ZL1 faced a stand-in racer from Team Then, the Nissan Skyline HT2000 GTX. And amazingly, the ZL1 lost due to a severe tire blowout. But misfortune aside, the ZL1 still had the wins necessary to make it to the quarterfinals today.
So, before we get up to the broadcast booth, do you have any predictions today?
Oh yeah, at the end of the day, Team Now will definitely have another car in the semifinals and win the 2 overall team points.
Wow, what powers of deduction. Anyway, fans, we'll see you at the starting gate.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
We are at the starting gate. Let's get this pony car challenge started.
In Lane 1, it's the Shelby GT500, and in Lane 2, it's the Camaro ZL1.
3, 2, 1, go!
Into the bottleneck.
Camaro flips
Mustang does the backwards win thing.
and just touches the line. Wow, let's go to that replay.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Even though these cars seem evenly matched, we have to keep in mind that the GT500 has 110 horsepower more than the ZL1 at 760 to 650.
Yeah, I know it's a heritage name and all, but that car should really be called the GT760.
Even with that deficit, the Camaro does a fabulous job keeping up with the Mustang.
And I like how they both stay wide in anticipation for that squeeze at the bottleneck.
But once they get into the bottleneck, the Camaro goes for a risky block and it costs him. He flips hard and is left spinning on his roof.
Yeah, I think the GT500 left all team loyalties at the starting gate, because once he sees that Camaro flip, he pulls the Mustang's signature move and wins in reverse just to watch his opponent lose. Wow, that's hardcore.
And he crosses the line with only his bumper.
But what I think really adds salt to the wound is that little roll forward, like he's teasing, saying, "Look, I'm giving you another chance. I'm gonna cross it. Hurry up, I'm gonna cross it."
Wow, it's hard to believe these two are actually teammates.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Well, the GT500 has just backwards winned his way onto the scoreboard.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Officials have cleared the track. We're all set for Heat 2.
Lane changes see the Camaro ZL1 in Lane 1 and the Shelby GT500 in Lane 2.
3, 2, 1, go!
They connect.
Into the bottleneck.
Another blowout.
Mustang really spins for the win.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Coming down the downhill, both racers connect, each one fighting for the middle to line themselves up for that tight clearance at the bottleneck.
And the Camaro almost managed to give the GT500 a hard stop by pushing him into the edge of the bottleneck.
But the GT500 powers through and actually sends the Camaro into the wall.
And the Camaro never manages to recover, and when he comes out of the bottleneck, he has yet another blowout. You can see it's so forceful that it actually lifts his car in the air. That's 2 massive blowouts in one competition. Where is this guy getting his tires? Off the clunkers here at the scrapyard?
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Me and my big mouth, I walk right into that one.
But look at that Mustang. While trying to do his watch you lose move, he actually hits the wall and does 2 full 360s across the line.
Yeah, and in that car, he must have gone from watching you lose to losing my lunch.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Sadly, another blowout has cost the Camaro the competition. Let's see if he can get that tire changed and put at least 1 win on the scorecard in Heat 3.
It lives, Master. It lives.
Yes. Yes. The Torque Monster lives. On this beautiful apparel designed by Ribuero. And now you can be the first villager to capture it for your very own by pillaging all these fine items by clicking on the link below. Every purchase you make helps this scrapyard keep racing. And helps me creating more creations like this.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Here we are, the last heat of race 3. These guys have pretty much been repeating their round 1 performances, but the Camaro had his blowout in heat 2 instead of this one. Who knows? Maybe the Mustang will repeat his previous heat 3 and just tear down the middle. Or the Camaro will go off script and pull out a win.
All officials have cleared the track for the last run of the day. Lane 1 is the Shelby GT500, and in lane 2 it's the Camaro ZL1.
3, 2, 1, go!
They go wide,
Camaro flips.
and the Mustang shreds down the center of the track, as predicted.
Like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Well, what's there to say here? Same race, different day?
For the Mustang, maybe. But this was untested waters for the Camaro, and good for him for trying something new.
What's that, flipping over instead of another tire blowout?
No, he knew the odds were the Mustang was just going to use his 110 extra horsepower to tear down the track, so he tried a dangerous block, trying to land on the GT500 to either stop him or get pushed down the track.
He got pushed down the track all right, but it was on his roof. Too many Camaros on their roof in this competition. I still can't talk about it.
Anyway, I guess knowing the Camaro had already lost coming into this heat, there was no need for his watching you lose move, so the Mustang just barrels down the final straight to get the race over with and his win on the scorecard as fast as possible.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
And with that win, the GT500 manages the first shutout of the quarterfinals. Plus, he scored 2 more points for Team Now. And just locked up race 1 of the semifinals, where he'll be facing off against the 1961 Impala SS.
Well, fans, this is the point where we sign off from the broadcast booth. Next time we meet at the Scrapyard, it will be for the final race of the quarterfinals. The Maverick meets the 350Z. This race is Team Then's last chance to stay alive.
I hope you'll join us again back here at the Scrapyard, but until then, thank you all for watching. If you haven't done so, give us a like, and please subscribe to the Scrapyard so you never miss a race.
And follow us on Instagram and Facebook for even more Scrapyard Diecast Racing action. So please join us next time for the next installment of
It's the Then versus Now Challenge!
Quarterfinals. Scrapyard Diecast Racing.